Hello. Sorry. Just making sure y'all can hear me. Ah. Hey. Good evening, everybody. Almost forgot my water. Y'all got snow in Canada? Of course we do. Surely Americans aren't that oblivious to what winter is like in Canada. We have snow from October till March or April. It does not go away. It does not stop. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the General Hospital After Show. I'm your host, Dion Gabriel, and hot damn, Willow Dunn wasted no time after her acquittal to attack Drew again, and I am here for it 100%. Peter August also returned to the fold, but is it for real? Or another product of whatever Sidwell drugged her with. We're going to talk about that and so much more on tonight's show. But first of all, I hope y'all are staying safe. I know everyone's kind of experiencing like really bad snowstorm weather, or it's like some people are getting like minus 50. I think on the east side of Canada we're kind of getting that too. I am on the west. It's pretty bad. It's not that bad. Like right now it's like minus 10, but we had like minus 23-ish a few days ago. Yeah, it's true. Canada is colder than most of the U.S. The only place that really might not be is like Vancouver and Victoria, BC. Like winter is not as bad over there. But for the most part, Canada is full of snow and full of cold weather. And I'm close to the mountains, so I mean, I'm close to the mountains. I'm like I'm a 3-hour drive from mountains. All right, myself. But yeah, I hope you guys are keeping warm and staying safe. America be wilding out right now in many ways, and I just hope you all are safe, and that's all I'm gonna say on that. But yeah, weather-wise, it's not terrible considering it's January in Alberta. It's not terrible. I feel like we got the January weather in December for some reason this year, and then most of January has been actually pretty nice for January, and then it kind of got colder again this past week. Oh, I decided to cut the heat. I'm sorry to hear that, Kaiwan. West Coast isn't getting snow right now. Lucky. Yeah, like it's not snowing right now, but like the snow is on the ground, okay? Like it took forever for the snowplows to get the snow off of our street, our residential streets. And my poor friend, he got stuck in the middle of our road last week. I think it was last week. And he had to keep his car there the entire night, even though it was a priority because it was in the middle of the street. Like there were so many cars stuck that like it took until I think around 11:30 the next morning for him to get his car back. Crazy. Feels like minus 19 Celsius in Kansas City. I mean, that's just regular January weather for us, honestly, Angel. Like that's just the normal. If it's like less than that in January, it's weird. So today is weird. Poor Minnesota. Yeah, I just Makes me sick. Makes me sick. Man, it's just on the news all day, and you got a friend, Angel. No, I don't got no man. I don't got no man. No, I was hanging out with a friend, and he offered to drive me home, and and then he got stuck. And it's sad because we stopped like at a gas station, like maybe like a 2-minute walk from my house. Had I just gotten out there and just walked home, which I easily could have, because I do it all the time, he would have gotten stuck. So I felt so bad. And we tried everything. We tried digging him out. I had 2 shovels from my garage. I got like the sort of the salt that melts the ice. Tried to put it all around his car, and it just did not work out. Hey, Sandy. Oh, Lordy. Alright. But yeah, tonight's live stream we are talking about Drew and the state that he is now in. And Peter August's return, and a lot more things. So, you know, grab yourself a glass of wine, maybe some snacks, and sit back and relax while we talk about General Hospital. If anything, tonight is a safe haven from all the bad shit in the news and all the snow and all the cold. Warm up, guys. We're gonna forget about our troubles for, 45-ish minutes, maybe. I don't know how long it'll be. We'll recap the show, and however long that takes is how long it'll be. So the week kicked off with a recap of Willow getting acquitted. Of course, Trina and Kai were stunned and angry. Alexis was so angry that she returned to her office and she trashed the place, and she even confided in Suzanne, I think that's her name, her assistant, that Willow was actually guilty. Suzanne thought as much, and Alexis explained how she found out, leaving Kai and Trina's names out of it, of course. I feel like a lot of GH fans were disappointed or maybe shocked that Willow was found not guilty. I was not one of them, okay? I think most of Port Charles would agree that they would want whoever shot Drew to be given a medal instead of a prison sentence. Maybe not a gold one because she didn't finish the job, but the girl tried. But boy, did Willow make sure to put a muzzle on him, right after. The second she was made a free woman, she's like, I'm going after him again. So basically, Nina wanted to have this get together to celebrate. She, Chase, Willow, and Drew would scout. But Drew, being Drew, wanted to keep Willow isolated as he always does, and got rid of Nina fast, ensuring that Chase would follow suit when he arrived. And whether Willow picked up on it or not, she got one step ahead of him, and basically made sure that Scout was brought over to Alexis's house, or no, not her house, her workplace, to see her, so that she and Drew could be completely alone. And she pulls out some champagne. And honestly, I thought she poisoned the champagne. But in my head, I was like, surely it's not going to be this fast. She's not going to act this fast, is she? And the champagne turned out to be a red herring, because she actually had a needle at the ready in her back pocket, and she stabbed him in the neck with it. The look on his face, y'all, he had no idea Willow was gunning for him. And whether she gave him whatever she gave him, it causes him to appear to have had a stroke, or to make it look like he had a stroke or something. Brainy, you're asking, could Willow be the new Heather Weber? Maybe. This is very Heather goated of her. I mean, it wasn't LSD, but it was a lot more effective, I think. But yeah, at the hospital, after running some tests, Lucas gives Drew's diagnosis, and the result is that Drew is likely going to lose the ability to speak or move, and essentially be locked in for the foreseeable future. Drew gagged. Yeah. But yeah, basically he'll be unable to react to anything, but probably still be well aware of his surroundings and situation. And Willow had a full-on like breakdown, ugly cry in Elizabeth's arms, just like really laying it on thick. and it's funny because Nina and Kai were there looking at her like, girl, and for me, like, that's what makes the story so intriguing, because Nina knows that Willow doesn't love Drew, so obviously she's already wondering why she's laying it on so thick. And Kai knows that she already tried to kill him before, so he's got to be suspicious on whether or not she actually had to do something with the stroke that he's having. Alexis is probably wondering this too, but she's just glad that Willow thinks it's best that Scout lives with Alexis while Drew is in his condition. So she's just happy about that. Drew could die for all Alexis cares. And funny enough, Tracy thought Jason had a hand in it and said that she'd be his alibi, but he reassures her he didn't need one because he had nothing to do with it. Willow will taunt him now. That's what I'm kind of looking forward to. Like, if we can't have a dead Drew, and I've already read that Cameron Matheson's not going anywhere, this is the next best thing. For her to just absolutely torture the hell out of him. like, it almost makes this whole storyline worth it. Willow will eventually go after Jacinda. You think so, Brooklyn? Maybe. Alexis and Nina know it was Willow, but don't care anymore. I mean, does Nina know? Like, I feel like Nina might suspect. And if she didn't before, she certainly does now. I mean, I know that she did initially. But, Willow was really adamant that she was innocent throughout this whole trial. So, I think that maybe Nina was convinced that she didn't do it for a while. But now, I think if she's not suspicious already, she will be soon. Nina's definitely onto Willow's games. Yeah, for sure. Friday's episode definitely made it seem like she's like, like, why are you laying this on so thick? But yeah, so, I mean, also, Danny is hopeful that he might be free to see Scout again, but the restraining order still stands regardless of Drew's condition, and because the diagnosis is so fresh and everything is still up in the air, Willow, who will likely have the final say if this diagnosis sticks, which I think it will for a while, she thinks it's best that Danny still doesn't see Scout until they know a little more. And I think that's fair. I think as morbid as Willow really is, she doesn't want to see Danny pay the price if Drew happens to miraculously heal quickly. And I think no matter about Willow's state of mind, I think she does love Scout and she does want Scout to be with her family, and she does have sympathy that Scout's without a mom and now without her dad, even though it's at the hands of Willow herself. But Willow does have compassion there. And also Willow admitted to Alexis that Scout told her about Danny and her seeing each other on, what was it, like the day after Christmas or whatever. And she's like, I didn't tell Drew. I don't plan on telling Drew. Because I don't want anything to happen to Danny. So she does care about Scout and, by extension, her family. Just not Drew. And again, personally, I'm looking forward to Willow just straight up messing with Drew by making all the decisions he wouldn't make, because she's out for revenge for him essentially blowing up her cozy little life. And we kind of caught a glimpse that she's even having to make certain decisions with his career, whether it's politics or, kind of the back end of Aurora. So she has the potential to do so much damage to him while he's in that condition, and he won't be able to do a thing about it, which I'm living for. I am living for. She truly hates Drew. She truly does. She does. And I love that. Now, all this drama with Willow is also creating drama for other people, obviously. I mean, now that Willow is acquitted, Michael is the next viable suspect for Drew's shooting. Sonny reminds ADA Justine Turner that she really needs to accuse herself from Michael's case, because she was there when Drew basically threatened to put Michael in jail and basically, you know, trying to commit extortion against Sunny. And so there's just things that she cannot participate in unless she wants to get caught and ruin her career in other ways. So I think she did say that she was going to remove herself from this case, but you know, someone else is going to have to go after her. So who's going to replace Drew as congressman? Oh god, I don't even know. Watch it be Ezra Boyle, for God's sakes. I don't even know. I don't know. We'll have to see. No one else is really looking for, like, a government position, so we'll see. But yeah. And then there's Chase. This poor, beautiful idiot has been duped by both Nina's offspring, Nell and Willow. They both played him like a fiddle, helping them both get away with murder and attempted murder. That is how Chase got to Port Charles in the first place. Alright? And, you know, he's sitting there picking a fight with Michael, saying, Willow could never do this, and I helped prove it, and, you know, blah, 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 and, like, and Michael's just like, he just had enough. He just punches Chase in the face. Who threw the first punch? I can't even remember now. One of them threw a punch, and then they broke out into a fight that Jason had to break up. And on top of that, because he undermined the PCPD's investigation, he lost his position as detective and has been demoted to patrol cop, essentially. But on the plus side, that gives Brooklyn and Chase a chance to reopen the riveting topic of adoption again. Like, you know, the story that none of us really cared about to begin with, because we knew Gio was coming. Brooklyn fears he's jumping into that sort of aspect of their life too fast as a reaction to losing his position, but he assures her he's not. You know, he's not. It's been on his mind the whole time, but now they can actually, now that he has like a set sort of time to work, he can focus on that again, whatever that means. Personally, I don't know if Brooklyn's necessarily ready. I think she's still cautious because even though her and Gio are good, like, it's still fresh and they're still kind of getting to know each other as mom and son. So, I don't know. Okay, Chase threw the first punch? Okay. But yeah. Oh, Chase. You dumb dummy. Oh, this man. Wait until he finds out. I don't know how long Will's gonna get away with this. My assumption is that if it looks like Michael is going to be found guilty, Kai and Trina, Alexis, whoever all knows, are going to step forward and make sure that Michael doesn't go to jail for something he didn't do. Drew is gonna. Do you mean Chase is gonna cheat on Brooklyn with Willow? Maybe. So supposedly, and I don't know how true this is, but a blizzard is coming in Port Charles. The timing, you guys. The timing. This is the first time GH's weather things have been accurate to what's going on in the real world. There's a blizzard everywhere in the States right now. Probably in New York too, I'm guessing, because they're pretty close to Ontario, and that's where the bulk of the sort of polar situation is happening, at least here in Canada. But yeah, like, they're having a blizzard, and, you know, we'll see who gets trapped together. And honestly, the fact that there's a blizzard is the only thing that I know about the story. And I think I heard that Nathan Varney posted it. I seen that James Patrick Stewart posted it, and I wasn't sure how legit it was. But then I heard Nathan Varney also posted about it. So we'll see. We'll see. Well, half the country's having a blizzard. Yeah, like I said, good timing. Good timing. All right, let's switch gears and talk about Anna Devane. This poor woman. So, Sidwell and his group of doctors have done something to her. We know this, and it's causing her to hallucinate. First, we had seen her when she's been taking care of a random female doctor, but Anna was seeing Dr. Obrecht instead. Then she heard Faison's voice over a speaker, and he told her he wasn't ready to reveal himself yet because of his supposed recovery. And then, at the end of the week, she comes face to face with Peter August. Wes Ramsey reprised his role as Peter to taunt Anna and scolded her for leaving him to die and convincing her that Faison brought him back the same way he brought Britt and Nathan back, because deaths are never final when it comes to the Faison family. But here's the thing. I don't think Peter August is alive. I think it's more likely that who she's really seeing is Pascal impersonating Peter. Not even like Peter with a mask or anything, or like Pascal with a Peter mask. Nothing like that, just with whatever drugs they've given her. Wes Ramsey also implied during an interview that this was just a cameo because he missed out on carpooling with his girlfriend, Laura Wright, that day since they weren't working on the same day. Which kind of tells me that this was like a one-off appearance. And, you know, that's what I'm kind of hoping for. I do not miss Peter August. I don't want him back. It has been a fear of mine that he would come back, because if they brought Britt back and they brought Nathan back, who's to say they wouldn't bring Peter back? Also, Lucas, while upstairs, made a point to say that Pascal was supposedly out of town. So, like, they mentioned him, which makes me think that he's just downstairs in the catacombs where this lab is hidden with Anna. Speaking of which, Jocelyn was there too. In Windermere with Lucas. She had just been informed by Jack earlier that she is being put to an inactive agent status for her protection, since he supposedly fears that the other WSB agent in town, Agent Cullen, might try to pull her into an even more dangerous situation. But Joss, being Joss, kind of ignored that to spend more time with Lucas at Windermere. And while she was there, when Lucas brought up wanting to explore the catacombs again, Marco's reaction, being adamant that they don't go near it, sent red flags to Jocelyn right away. And you know she's going to bring that information straight to Jack on Monday. Maybe Jack will be the one to find Anna, and he better do it fast, because Emma's already really worried for Anna and has already gone to try to seek help. She was going to go to Mac, but he wasn't there. Nathan offered his help. And while I think right now Nathan thinks he's Nathan, at least for the most part, I think he's thought he's Nathan this whole time. I think parts of Faison's brain could be festering around in Nathan, and I think it might come out in time to trap both Anna and Emma together. Maybe Gio will be in danger as well. I don't know. But this cockamamie story is doing my head in. So I'm just over it. I swear to God. I just want Anna rescued. We thought initially she was taken to some island somewhere else in a different country. She's been on Spoon Island the entire time. In the catacombs, no less. The catacombs again. Yeah, the catacombs have always been under Windermere. I don't know. If I'm connecting every story that we've seen the catacombs in Port Charles, straight away I think of when Luke and Laura came back to town. We seen that the catacombs entrance was under a waterfall. But then I guess somehow it eventually goes to Spoon Island, unless there's multiple catacombs, which probably possible. And we've seen endless catacombs throughout the years as well, in multiple stories. But we haven't seen them in a few years, and so Sidwell could have very well built a lab down there, and that's where Anna is. Then of course there's the Brit aspect of the storyline too. She's been threatened into complying with Agent Cullen to forcefully work with Sidwell in the lab, move into Windermere, quit her job at the hospital, and break up with Jason after one date. Hey, Money Mac. Just talking about GH. Cullen uses the threat of going after Rocco to get her to comply, and that's probably the only thing that could convince her to do that. She picks a fight with Carly to try and make it seem like Carly reminded her why she will never come first, but Jason doesn't buy it. And Carly in the present day wouldn't force Jason to choose who he puts first because of everything that went on with the FBI in the past. I gotta give Kelly her flowers, by the way. Kelly, who plays Britt. Just showing how fearful and trapped she felt. She was giving great performances all week, so my hat's off to her. But I'm keeping it on. Yeah, no, she's just done a great job this week. I mean, there was only 4 episodes this week because someone had to ramble on for a good hour about absolutely nothing in the States. So I got I think it was Tuesday's episode before y'all did. Or was it Monday's? One or the other. But yeah, there was only 4 episodes this week. Trying to think of other scenes. I mean, Laura and Elizabeth had some nice scenes where Elizabeth was really worried for Laura because she's alone in the house and she's busy with work, and Elizabeth just wants her to know that she's got a friend in her to confide in and talk to and hang out with. And she mentioned how when her boys left, that Terry and Portia would always take her out for dinner every weekend, or almost every day, I think is what she said. But yeah. Kaiwan, you said whoever built catacombs around the Windermere estate back in 1986? Maybe. I mean, you're probably right, honestly. Tuesday so lame. Yeah. That's so crazy. I feel like GH always gets interrupted for everything in the States all the time. All the time. And it's usually like a presidential speech, or like sports related, or some dumb thing that could have been an email, or on like regular news, like news that they say is breaking but not really breaking. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't need to know about this at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. Like, you could have saved it for 5 or 6 p.m. I don't know. Just my 2 cents on just preempts in general in the States. But yeah, craziness. Trying to think, like I said, there wasn't a whole lot else that kind of happened on the show this week. I will say that they did show a montage honoring Tony Geary. They had Nancy Lee Grahn, Jeannie Francis, and Laura Wright kind of all say wonderful things about Tony, and they showed flashbacks of his time throughout the years. It was maybe like a minute and a half long sort of commercial. And we also learned that on February 20th there will be a dedicated episode of GH for Tony Geary to honor Tony Geary. Whether or not it's going to be implemented in like a story, or just like have a special like behind the scenes, like his co-stars talking about Tony and the character he played and working with him. My guess is the latter, because if they have these sort of moments of Nancy, Jeannie, and Laura already, there's probably more cast members that they've talked to about Tony. So I'm thinking it's that, and then like flashback of sort of his greatest hits. And I'm really looking forward to that. I think so. February 20th is when that will air, so in about a month from now. And I'm really excited for that, because, you know, Tony, if it weren't for Tony and Jeannie in the 80s, GH would not still be around today. You know, like, we gotta give Tony his flowers, and he would have hated getting his flowers, truly. But he's not here to say one thing or another, and I think us fans deserve that, as, you know, long-term viewers and fans of the character and fans of GH, you know? Like, I think everyone who's at least caught a glimpse of 80s GH or was around for 80s GH knows that those were truly the glory days, and that had a lot to do with Tony and the character of Luke. You know, with Luke and Laura being on the run, the left-handed boy, the ice princess, all these storylines, and then, it kind of ushered into other great super couples like Robert and Holly and Frisco and Felicia, and there was like this good solid like 8 years of larger than life storylines that the show did to really put itself on the map and change the face of daytime and change how stories were written on daytime soap operas. So, I think GH needs to discuss that. They're still here because of that. And they were on huge magazines, and they were getting attention from big actors like Elizabeth Taylor, and royalty like Princess Diana and Prince Charles, sending him and Jeannie champagne for their fake TV wedding. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's crazy to think about all that and just how much of a phenomenon like GH was. And you could turn to like any adult who maybe doesn't watch GH now, but they can tell you about Luke and Laura and those crazy days in the 80s, Yeah, Luke and Laura truly saved GH from cancellation, for sure. Babe and who? Sorry, I didn't watch any of the other soaps, so I don't know any. I'm well aware there's other super couples and other soaps, but GH started that shit. All right. Oh, it's okay. I understood, Al. But yeah, it's yeah. I'm glad that they're going to be paying homage to him, and I think someone mentioned that you want to see scenes from the Ice Princess stories, and I think that we are going to react to the Ice Princess in February. Yeah, because this week we still have, another Wednesday before we hit February. But I did kind of mention, I think earlier this month, that I wanted to get back into watching classic episodes. And, one of the most iconic stories from the glory days is the Ice Princess story. And while we've probably reacted to certain scenes from the Ice Princess before, and I don't know, we've watched so much classic GH over the years on this channel that it's hard to keep up. But I think we'll just Wednesdays in February will be all about the Ice Princess. I'm gonna try to sort of find the best of the best episodes to watch from that story, and it's hard because the Ice Princess storyline really officially was like a year's worth of story, but I think everyone kind of sort of refers to when they went to Ice Princess Island. That's kind of where the biggest part of the story began. Luke and Laura and Robert sneaking on to a ship that was heading to that island, and trying to stop the evil Mikos Cassadine and his crazy weather machine. And his weather machine was changing the weather in Port Charles, and they were going into a deep freeze in the middle of the summer. So, listen, I wasn't even born yet. I was born in 1990. That storyline was 4 years. No, what year was that Ice Princess? I think 1981. That was 9 years before I was born. So, but I watched it in its entirety because it was on YouTube. It probably still is on YouTube in its entirety. So while we will be watching, kind of the best of, I'm going to try to find the great episodes from within that story. But if you guys want to watch the whole story in its entirety itself, I'll find you a playlist that has the entire story. If not, the summer part of the story where they make their way to the island. It's just, it's solid. It's solid. It's a solid story. It's ridiculous, okay? It's so sci-fi, a weather machine. But when you have actors like Tony Geary, Jeannie Francis, Tristan Rogers, like all in this story to carry it. It's hard to mess up, you know, because they're actors that can make this shit believable. And while there were location shoots for Luke, Laura, and Robert arriving on the island, a lot of the island set was fake. They had a fake waterfall, but it was a very gorgeous set. It was super unrealistic set, but it worked. It certainly worked. So, you know, it's gonna be fun to sort of watch it, because it's been a minute since I've seen it too, and obviously I'll have to kind of skim through all the episodes to kind of give the best of the best for the month of February. When does February 20th fall on? What day is that? February 20th is a Friday. Okay, so, you know, every Wednesday, the 4th, the 11th, the 18th, and the 25th, we're going to be watching Ice Princess related content. So just a full month of Wednesday live streams for y'all. Oh man. But yeah, I think... Oh, hey Albert. Doing throwback reaction vids. When are you doing that day? The first week of February. So next... Not this week, but next week. February 4th. February 4th. He said, yeah, sci-fi, look at the brain mapping and microchip. Yeah, Casey the Alien. GH has gone crazy before, it's okay, yeah. But I think the Ice Princess was really the first crazy thing that they did. Are you serious, Kaiwan? Find me that clip. If you find me that clip, I want to see it. If they use the Ice Princess set in days, I want to see it. But yeah, every Wednesday in February, we're gonna be watching Ice Princess videos from that time. If I can find full episodes, I will try. Most likely, it'll be like scenes from Luke and Laura, because that's what I know for sure is on YouTube. But if I can find full episodes, then I totally will do that instead. I'll be doing some research leading up to next week. Money Mac, you said, what do you think will happen with Drew Kane? We still don't know why Drew is the way he is. I mean, we kind of do. we saw that Drew, like, Willow stabbed him with a needle, but I'm just curious what concoction she made to make it look like he had a stroke. Look, how is she that smart? Also, how did the doctors not, like, notice, like, there had to be, like, a prick in his neck. Like, they had to surely check out his whole body. Like, I don't know. That's just how I feel. When you ignore that, I'm just really... What I'm going to do is enjoy Drew being, like... Basically, Drew is going to be what Laura was for, like, 10 years, where she was, like, in a chair, and we only see the back of her head, but we're probably going to see the front of Drew's face. And I'm assuming, and, like, if GH does not do this, I'm gonna be pissed. But surely we are going to see Willow gloating in his face, and like saying things like, "Oh, you do agree? You think that the restraining order should be dropped completely against all of the family, including Danny? Okay, well, I'll get the boat rolling on that." Like, I want to see scenes like that of Willow just absolutely torturing them, and Drew just not really being able to react. Like, I think we'll see it in his eyes that he'll just be like, "I hate this woman," but he won't be able to move his mouth. He won't be able to, you know, get up and scream. He won't be able to speak. She's a nurse and she studied chemistry. Okay, well, there you go. So, oh yeah, you're right, Kaiwan. She was in Dawn of Day. They were drugging women. They were drugging women so that he could R them. Yikes. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching Willow torture the hell out of Drew. It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Oh, I'm stoked for it, you guys. You know, GH, like, in order to show face of how long the storyline has truly been dragged out, with, like, Drew just doing the most insanely villainous stuff, like, they gotta make this portion of the story hella entertaining, and just have Willow just be just super evil to him. Like, I just, like, oh, like, imagine she's just, like, stabbing him with, like, you know, like a pen or something, and just, like, he can't react. Oh, man. But he probably feels it. Lord. Oh, yeah, he'll give Tracy's stuff back to her. Yeah, I'm looking forward to all of it. I am. And Albert, if you're still here, you know, you're right. He's such a nice guy. It could have happened to a nicer guy. Oh, Lord. Alright, guys. But on that note, I think I'm going to end the stream here. This is a fun little chit-chat. Again, we will be live next Sunday, and then we'll have Wednesdays and Sundays for the month of February. I don't know if I'll do that every month, but I'm going to at least try to do it, like, what is this, bi-monthly? So, like, if I don't do it in March, I want to do it in April, and June, and so on and so forth. So, yeah. And again, I think the theme of this year's reactions are going to be, like, stories from the glory days. Mostly probably pertaining to Tony, just to celebrate his legacy on the show. But there have been other legendary stories from the 80s that we might watch as well. Time will tell. Chat next Wednesday. No Wednesday stream this week. Just Sunday. You know, so in a week from now. And then Wednesdays, starting right after that, we'll be live watching throwback episodes of GH. Alright. But thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I will see you guys next Sunday. If you liked this live stream, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. I'd really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys next week. We get 5 days this week. We do. Hope we get it. Yeah, and on that note, stay safe out there in the States, y'all. God. Like, I can't deal. Alright, good night, everyone.